Have you ever noticed how hard you work to control everything in your life? How much energy you spend trying to make things go your way? How exhausted you feel from planning every detail, worrying about every outcome, forcing every door to open? You grip so tightly. You plan so carefully. You try so hard to control what happens. But the tighter you grip, the more things slip through your fingers. The harder you try to control, the more out of control you feel. Why is this? Why does trying to control everything make you feel more powerless? Why does gripping tightly push things away? Why does forcing things to happen prevent them from happening naturally? Here is what most people never understand. Life has its own intelligence, its own flow, its own timing. And when you fight against this flow, when you try to control what cannot be controlled, you create suffering. You exhaust yourself. You miss opportunities. You block the very things you are trying to make happen. The Buddha taught something that changes everything once you understand it. There is a natural order to life. An intelligence that moves through all things. A flow that knows where you need to go even when you do not. And when you trust this flow, when you let go of trying to control everything, when you surrender to the natural unfolding of life, magic happens. Doors open that you could not force open. Paths appear that you could not plan. Things work out in ways better than you could have imagined. This is not about being passive. This is not about giving up. This is about understanding the difference between effort and force. Between working with life and fighting against life. Between trusting and controlling. Most people live their whole lives trying to control the river. They stand in the water, trying to push it in the direction they want it to go. And they wonder why they are exhausted. Why they are not getting anywhere. Why the river keeps flowing its own way despite all their effort. But there is another way. You can trust the river. You can let it carry you. You can work with its flow instead of against it. You can arrive at the ocean not by forcing the river to go your way, but by trusting the river knows the way. Today, you will learn 9 simple truths that will teach you how to trust the universe. How to let go of control. How to surrender to the flow. How to work with life instead of against it. These are not just ideas. These are practices that will change how you live if you apply them. If you are tired of fighting, if you are exhausted from trying to control everything, if you are ready to learn how to flow instead of force, then keep reading. Because what you are about to learn will not just change your thinking. It will change your entire relationship with life. Lesson 1. The universe has a plan you cannot see yet. Imagine standing in the middle of a giant maze. From where you stand, you can only see a few feet in front of you. You do not know which path leads out. You do not know which turns are dead ends. You cannot see the whole picture. But what if someone was watching from above? Someone who could see the entire maze? They would know exactly which path you should take. They could guide you out easily. But you, standing in the maze, can only see your limited view. This is your life. You are standing in the maze. You can only see a small piece of the picture. You do not know what is coming next. You do not know which opportunities will lead where. You do not know which closed doors are protecting you from wrong paths. But the universe can see the whole maze. The universe knows the path. The universe has a plan that is bigger than what you can see from your limited perspective. The Buddha taught about karma and the interconnectedness of all things. He taught that nothing happens randomly. That everything is connected. That there is an intelligence woven into existence itself. Not a person controlling things. But a natural order. A flow. A pattern that is always unfolding toward balance and growth. When you trust this, when you believe that there is a larger plan even when you cannot see it, you can relax. You can stop trying to control every detail. You can make your best effort, and then trust that the universe will handle the rest. There was a woman named Jennifer who lost her job unexpectedly. She was devastated. She had worked there for 8 years. It was her identity. Her security. Her plan was to stay there until retirement. Losing that job felt like her life was falling apart. She could not see any plan. She could not see any purpose. It just felt like random cruelty. For months, she searched desperately for another job just like the one she lost. Same industry. Same role. Same salary. But nothing worked. Every application was rejected. Every interview led nowhere. She was angry at the universe. She felt abandoned. She felt like everything was going wrong. But she needed income, so she took a temporary job at a small nonprofit. It paid half her old salary. It was not in her field. It felt like going backward. She was embarrassed. She felt like a failure. But she had no choice. Within 3 months, something unexpected happened. She loved this work. It aligned with values she did not even know she had. It fulfilled her in ways her old corporate job never did. She met people who became deep friends. She discovered talents she did not know she had. She found purpose she had been missing for years. The nonprofit offered her a permanent position. Less money than before, but better life. She took it. And looking back, she realized that losing her old job was not random cruelty. It was the universe pushing her out of something that was not right for her anymore. The universe had a plan. She just could not see it while she was in the maze. That job loss that felt like the worst thing that ever happened. It was redirection. The months of rejection that felt like punishment. They were preventing her from going back to the wrong path. The temporary job that felt like going backward. It was actually going forward to something better. She learned that when you cannot see the plan, you have to trust there is one. When things do not make sense, you have to trust they will make sense later. When doors close, you have to trust they are guiding you toward the right door. When your plans fall apart, do not assume the universe made a mistake. Trust that there is a bigger plan you cannot see yet. Trust that closed doors are protection. Trust that delays are redirection. Trust that what feels wrong might actually be exactly right. You cannot see the whole maze. But the universe can. Trust the plan. Lesson 2. Letting go is not giving up. Imagine holding sand in your fist. The tighter you squeeze, the more sand slips through your fingers. But if you open your hand and hold it gently, the sand stays. This is the paradox of control. The more you try to hold on, the more you lose. The more you let go, the more you keep. Most people think letting go means giving up. They think surrendering means quitting. They think trusting the universe means being passive and doing nothing. But this is not true. Letting go does not mean you stop trying. It means you stop forcing. Trusting does not mean you do nothing. It means you do your best and then release the outcome. The Buddha taught about non-attachment. About holding things lightly. About making effort without being attached to results. He said, do your best, then let go. Work hard, then surrender. Try your hardest, then trust. This is the balance. Effort without force. Action without attachment. Working with the flow, not against it. When you let go, you are not saying, I do not care. You are saying, I care, I will do my best, and then I will trust. You are not giving up. You are giving over. You are releasing what you cannot control so you can focus on what you can. There was a man named Marcus who wanted to start a business. He had a vision. He worked incredibly hard. He planned every detail. He tried to control every outcome. He forced doors that would not open. He pushed people who were not ready. He tried to make things happen on his timeline, in his way, according to his plan. And nothing worked. Every forced door stayed closed. Every pushed person walked away. Every timeline he set was missed. He was exhausted. Frustrated. Angry. He had done everything right. Why was the universe blocking him? Then a mentor told him something that changed everything. You are trying to control the ocean. You cannot control the ocean. You can build a boat. You can learn to sail. You can choose a direction. But you cannot control the waves, the wind, the current. You have to work with them, not against them. You have to trust the ocean while you sail. Marcus realized he was fighting the universe. He was trying to force things to happen his way, on his timeline, according to his plan. But the universe had its own timing. Its own way. Its own plan. And his forcing was blocking the natural flow. So he made a shift. He kept working hard. He kept taking action. But he stopped forcing. He planted seeds and trusted they would grow in their own time. He opened doors and trusted the right people would walk through when ready. He did his best and then let go of the outcome. And everything changed. Not because he gave up. Because he let go. Opportunities came that he could not have forced. People appeared that he could not have found. Things worked out in ways better than his plan. Not because he stopped trying. Because he started trusting. He learned that letting go is not weakness. It is wisdom. Surrendering is not quitting. It is allowing. Trusting is not being passive. It is being smart enough to know what you can control and what you cannot. You can control your effort. You cannot control the outcome. You can control your actions. You cannot control the results. You can control your choices. You cannot control what other people do. Do what you can control. Let go of what you cannot. This is not giving up. This is giving yourself peace. Lesson 3. The universe speaks in whispers and signs. Imagine trying to hear someone speak while you are shouting. Impossible, right? Your own noise drowns out their voice. But if you get quiet, if you stop talking, you can hear them clearly. The universe is like this. It is always speaking. Always guiding. Always sending signs. But most people cannot hear it because they are too busy making their own noise. The Buddha taught about mindfulness and awareness. About paying attention. About being present. About noticing. He said that truth is always available. Wisdom is always present. But you have to be quiet enough to hear it. You have to be aware enough to see it. The universe guides you through intuition. Through gut feelings. Through strange coincidences. Through repeated patterns. Through doors that open easily and doors that stay closed. Through people who appear at the right time. Through ideas that come suddenly. These are not random. These are signs. The universe speaking to you. But most people miss these signs because they are not paying attention. They are too busy forcing their own plan. Too busy thinking they know better. Too busy controlling instead of listening. There was a young woman named Sarah who was dating someone who was wrong for her. Deep down she knew it. Her gut told her constantly. Her friends saw it. Her family saw it. The signs were everywhere. He was unkind. He was selfish. He did not respect her. Every argument showed her who he really was. Every broken promise was a red flag. Every disappointment was the universe screaming, "This is not right for you." But she ignored all of it. She kept trying to make it work. She kept forcing it. She kept believing if she just tried harder, loved more, gave more, it would change. She ignored her intuition. She explained away the red flags. She did not listen to the people who loved her. She did not pay attention to the signs. 3 years passed like this. 3 years of ignoring the universe. 3 years of fighting against what was being shown to her clearly. Until finally, he left her for someone else. And she was destroyed. She thought the universe was cruel. She thought life was unfair. Why did this happen to her? But the truth was different. The universe tried to guide her out of that relationship for 3 years. It spoke in whispers. It sent signs. It showed her clearly that this was not right. But she did not listen. She was too busy forcing her own plan. Too busy believing she knew better. Too busy controlling instead of trusting. Years later, she learned to listen. She started paying attention to her intuition. When something felt wrong, she listened. When doors stayed closed, she stopped forcing them. When signs appeared, she noticed them. And her life changed completely. She made better choices. She chose better people. She followed paths that felt right instead of forcing paths that felt wrong. She learned that the universe is always guiding you. But you have to pay attention. You have to listen. You have to notice. The signs are always there. The whispers are always speaking. But you have to get quiet enough to hear them. Pay attention to your gut feelings. Notice when doors open easily and when they stay closed no matter how hard you push. Watch for patterns. Listen to what people show you, not just what they say. Notice coincidences. Trust your intuition. These are not random. These are the universe speaking. Listen. Lesson 4. What is meant for you will not miss you. Imagine chasing a butterfly. The harder you chase, the faster it flies away. But if you sit still, if you become calm and peaceful, the butterfly might land on you. What you chase runs away. What you relax about comes closer. This is true for everything in life. Jobs, relationships, opportunities, success. The more desperately you chase them, the more they slip away. But when you relax, when you trust, when you know that what is meant for you will find you, things come naturally. The Buddha taught about trust and faith. Not blind faith in some deity, but trust in the natural order of things. Trust that there is a flow to life. Trust that things happen in their right time. Trust that you do not need to force and chase and desperately grab. What is truly meant for you will come. This does not mean you do nothing. This means you do your part and then trust. You plant seeds, but you do not dig them up every day to check if they are growing. You take action, but you do not force outcomes. You make effort, but you do not chase desperately. There was a man named David who was desperate to find a relationship. He was lonely. He wanted a partner so badly. So he chased. He went on dating apps constantly. He said yes to every date. He tried to force connections that were not there. He held on to people who were not right for him because he was afraid if he let them go, he would never find anyone else. His desperation pushed people away. His neediness scared them off. His forcing made everything unnatural. The harder he chased relationship, the lonelier he became. He thought the universe was denying him love. He thought he would be alone forever. Then he got exhausted. He gave up chasing. He decided to just focus on himself. To be okay alone. To build a life he loved even without a partner. He stopped desperately searching. He stopped forcing connections. He let go. And 6 months later he met someone. Not while chasing. While living his life. Not while desperately searching. While being content. Not while forcing. While flowing. The relationship happened naturally. Easily. Because he was no longer chasing. He was ready. He learned that what is meant for you will not miss you. If it is truly yours, it will come. You do not need to chase it. You do not need to force it. You do not need to desperately grab it. You just need to be ready. You just need to trust. Stop chasing desperately. Stop forcing. Stop holding on to things that are trying to leave. If it is meant for you, it will stay. If it is not, let it go. Trust that what is truly yours will find you when the time is right. What is meant for you will not miss you. Relax. Trust. Let it come. Lesson 5. Obstacles are redirections, not rejections. Imagine driving to a destination and finding the road blocked. You could sit there angry, refusing to accept the blocked road. You could keep trying to drive through the blockage. Or you could see the blockage as information. This road is not available. Take a different route. The blocked road is not rejecting you. It is redirecting you. This is how obstacles work. When something does not work out, when a door closes, when an opportunity falls through, most people see it as rejection. As the universe saying, no. As failure. But what if it is not rejection? What if it is redirection? What if it is the universe saying, not this way. Try another way. The Buddha taught about obstacles as teachers. Every difficulty is showing you something. Every closed door is guiding you. Every obstacle is information about what will not work so you can find what will. When you trust the universe, you do not see obstacles as enemies. You see them as guides. They are not blocking your path. They are showing you your path. They are saying, this way does not serve you. Let me show you a better way. There was a woman named Lisa who applied for her dream job. She prepared for weeks. She gave the best interview of her life. She knew she was perfect for it. But she did not get it. They chose someone else. She was devastated. She felt rejected. She thought the universe was cruel. Why would the universe show her this perfect opportunity and then take it away? She was angry for months. She kept thinking about that job. Kept wondering what she did wrong. Kept believing that was her only chance and she lost it. The obstacle felt like the end of the road. But 6 months later, the company she did not get hired at went bankrupt. Everyone lost their jobs, including the person they hired instead of her. If she had gotten that job, she would have been unemployed 6 months later. The rejection she thought was cruel was actually protection. And during those 6 months of feeling rejected, she found a different job. One she had not even considered before. One that paid better. One with better culture. One where she actually thrived. The job she got rejected from would have been a disaster. The obstacle was not blocking her from her path. It was redirecting her to a better path. She learned that obstacles are not the universe saying, "No." They are the universe saying, "Not this. Something better is coming." Every rejection is redirection. Every closed door is protection. Every obstacle is guidance toward what is actually right for you. When something does not work out, do not see it as the universe rejecting you. See it as the universe redirecting you. Trust that closed doors are protecting you from wrong paths. Trust that obstacles are guiding you toward right paths. Trust that what feels like rejection is actually redirection towards something better. Lesson 6. Timing is everything. Imagine planting a seed and then digging it up every day to see if it has grown yet. You would kill the seed. Plants grow in their own time. You cannot force them. You can give them water and sun and good soil. But you cannot control when they sprout. That is nature's timing, not yours. Life is the same. Everything happens in its right time. Not your time. The universe's time. And when you try to force things to happen before they are ready, you often destroy them. Like digging up the seed. Your impatience kills the very thing you are trying to grow. The Buddha taught about patience and trust in natural timing. He taught that everything unfolds when it is meant to unfold. That forcing things before they are ready creates suffering. That trusting the timing creates peace. This is one of the hardest lessons. Because you want things now. You are ready now. You have been waiting. You have been patient. Why is it not happening yet? But the universe knows things you do not know. It sees the whole picture. It knows when you are truly ready. It knows when conditions are right. And it knows that sometimes what feels like delay is actually perfect timing. There was a man named James who wanted to start a business for years. He had the idea. He had the passion. He was ready. Or so he thought. But every time he tried to start, something blocked him. He could not find funding. He could not find the right partner. The timing never felt right. He was frustrated. He thought the universe was blocking him. He thought he was being denied his dream. 5 years passed like this. 5 years of feeling delayed. 5 years of waiting. 5 years of frustration. He watched other people start businesses. He watched other people succeed. And he felt left behind. He felt like the universe forgot about him. Then suddenly, everything aligned. The funding came. The perfect partner appeared. The market was ready. The technology existed. Everything he needed was suddenly available. And he started his business. Within 2 years, it was thriving. Successful beyond what he imagined. And looking back, he realized something profound. If he had started 5 years earlier when he first tried, he would have failed. The market was not ready. The technology did not exist yet. He did not have the skills he needed. His idea needed refinement. He was not actually ready, even though he thought he was. Those 5 years that felt like delay were actually preparation. They were not the universe blocking him. They were the universe preparing him. Building his skills. Maturing his idea. Waiting for the market to be ready. Waiting for conditions to align. The timing that felt wrong was actually perfect. He learned that delays are not denials. Delays are the universe saying, "Not yet." And not yet is not the same as no. It just means the timing is not right. Trust that when the timing is right, things will flow naturally. When you are truly ready, when conditions are aligned, when the universe says, no, things will happen easily. Stop forcing things to happen on your timeline. Trust the universe's timeline. Delays are not denials. They are preparation. What feels slow is actually perfect timing. Trust it. Lesson 7. Your only job is to show up. Imagine you are an actor in a play. Your job is to show up. To say your lines. To play your part. But you are not the director. You are not the writer. You do not control what other actors do. You do not control how the audience responds. You just show up and do your part. That is all you can control. Life is like this. Your job is to show up. To do your best. To take action. To make effort. But you are not the director. You do not control outcomes. You do not control what other people do. You do not control how things unfold. You just show up and trust the universe to handle the rest. The Buddha taught about right action. About doing your best without attachment to results. About making effort without trying to control outcomes. He said, focus on what you can control. Let go of what you cannot. You can control showing up. You cannot control outcomes. You can control your effort. You cannot control results. You can control your actions. You cannot control what happens next. Do your part. Trust the universe to do its part. There was a woman named Emma who was a teacher. She poured everything into her students. She created amazing lessons. She cared deeply. She worked harder than anyone. But she could not control whether students learned. She could not control whether they cared. She could not control their home lives, their struggles, their choices. For years, this frustrated her. She tried to control outcomes. She tried to force students to learn. She tried to make them care. She exhausted herself trying to control what she could not control. And she burned out. She felt like a failure because some students did not succeed despite all her effort. Then an older teacher told her, your job is to show up. To teach the best lesson you can. To care. To try. That is all you can control. Whether they learn, whether they care, whether they succeed, that is their job. Not yours. You cannot control their outcomes. You can only control your showing up. This changed everything. She still worked hard. She still cared deeply. But she stopped trying to control what students did with what she offered. She showed up. She taught. She cared. And then she let go. She trusted that her showing up mattered even when she could not see the results. She trusted that seeds she planted might grow years later. She trusted that her job was just to show up, and the universe would handle the rest. Years later, former students came back. They told her how much she mattered. How her lessons changed their lives. How her caring made a difference. Not all students. But enough. She learned that showing up was enough. The results were never her job. They were the universe's job. Your job is simple. Show up. Do your best. Make effort. Take action. Then let go. Trust that your showing up matters even when you cannot see results. Trust that the universe takes what you offer and creates outcomes you cannot control or predict. You just show up. The universe handles the rest. Lesson 8. Surrender does not mean you stop caring. Imagine a river flowing to the ocean. The river does not force its way. It does not fight. It does not push. It surrenders to the flow. But this surrender is not passive. The river is powerful. It carves canyons. It shapes landscapes. It moves with tremendous force. But it does not fight against the terrain. It works with it. This is active surrender. Powerful flow. Effort without force. This is what trusting the universe looks like. Not passive waiting. Not giving up. Not stopping effort. But effort without force. Action without attachment. Caring without controlling. The Buddha taught about the middle way. Not too tight, not too loose. Not forcing, not quitting. Not controlling, not abandoning. This balance is surrender. caring deeply while holding lightly, trying hard while trusting outcomes. Most people think surrender means you stop trying. But that is not surrender. That is giving up. Surrender means you keep trying but you stop forcing. You keep caring but you stop controlling. You keep making effort but you release attachment to results. There was a man named Robert whose son was struggling with addiction. Robert tried everything. He gave money. He found programs. He arranged interventions. He begged. He threatened. He tried to force his son to get clean. He thought if he just tried hard enough, controlled enough, forced enough, he could save his son. But nothing worked. Every attempt to control pushed his son further away. Every forced intervention ended badly. Every attempt to save him made things worse. Robert was destroying himself trying to control something he could not control. He was fighting the river, trying to force it to flow his direction, and drowning in the process. Finally, exhausted and broken, he went to a support group. There he learned about surrender. Surrender does not mean you stop caring, they told him. It means you stop controlling. You can love your son. You can offer help. You can set boundaries. But you cannot control whether he chooses recovery. That is his choice, not yours. You have to surrender that. This was the hardest thing Robert ever did. Surrendering felt like giving up on his son. But it was not. It was giving up control while keeping love. He still cared deeply. He still offered support. But he stopped trying to force outcomes. He stopped trying to control his son's choices. He surrendered. And paradoxically, this is when things began to shift. When Robert stopped forcing, his son had space to make his own choice. When Robert stopped controlling, his son could step into his own responsibility. The surrender was not abandonment. It was trust. Trust in his son's journey. Trust in the universe's timing. Trust that sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is let go. Surrender does not mean you stop caring. It means you care while trusting. It means you make effort while releasing control. It means you show up without forcing outcomes. Care deeply. Try hard. And then surrender the results. This is the balance. This is trust. Lesson 9. The universe always gives you what you need, not always what you want. Imagine a child asking for candy for every meal. The parent says no. The child thinks the parent is mean. The child thinks the parent does not care. But the parent knows candy for every meal would hurt the child. The parent gives the child what they need, nutritious food, not what they want. The parent's no is actually love. The universe is like this. It gives you what you need for your growth, not always what you want for your comfort. And sometimes what you need is difficult. Sometimes what you need is painful. Sometimes what you need is not what you asked for. The Buddha taught that we suffer because we want things to be different than they are. We want pleasure without pain, gain without loss, success without failure. But growth does not work like that. You need both. You need challenges to build strength. You need pain to develop compassion. You need loss to understand impermanence. You need failure to learn wisdom. The universe is not here to make you comfortable. It is here to help you grow. And growth is not comfortable. So the universe gives you what you need to grow, even when what you need is hard. There was a woman named Michelle who prayed for an easy life. She wanted success without struggle, happiness without pain, relationships without conflict. She wanted the universe to give her everything she asked for. And when hard things happened, she felt betrayed. She felt like the universe was not listening. She felt like her prayers were ignored. But years later, she looked back and realized something profound. The universe gave her exactly what she needed. Not what she wanted. She wanted an easy job. The universe gave her a challenging job that built her skills. She wanted a comfortable relationship. The universe gave her a relationship that taught her about boundaries. She wanted smooth sailing. The universe gave her storms that taught her how to navigate. Everything she thought was the universe ignoring her was actually the universe loving her, giving her what she needed to grow into who she was meant to become. The challenges built her strength. The pain developed her compassion. The losses taught her to appreciate what she had. The struggles made her wise. She learned to trust that the universe knows what you need better than you do. Like a parent who gives nutritious food instead of candy. Like a trainer who makes you work hard because they want you to be strong. The universe gives you what you need for your growth, not always what you want for your comfort. Trust this. When things are hard, trust they are teaching you something you need to learn. When doors close, trust you are being redirected to where you need to go. When you do not get what you want, trust you are getting what you need. The universe is not ignoring you. It is loving you. It is giving you exactly what you need to become who you are meant to be. You have just learned 9 truths about trusting the universe. But learning is not enough. You must practice. You must live these truths. You must apply them when things are hard, when plans fall apart, when you want to control, when you feel impatient. The Buddha taught that wisdom without practice is just information. Real change comes from practice. From doing. From living these truths daily. So practice. When plans fall apart, practice trusting there is a bigger plan. When you want to force outcomes, practice letting go. When you miss signs, practice paying attention. When you want to chase desperately, practice trusting what is yours will come. When obstacles appear, practice seeing them as redirection. When timing feels wrong, practice trusting it is perfect. When you want to control everything, practice just showing up. When surrender feels like giving up, practice caring while releasing control. When you do not get what you want, practice trusting you are getting what you need. Small practices every day. Small moments of trust. Small acts of surrender. This is how you learn to trust the universe. Not all at once. One moment at a time. Trusting the universe does not mean life gets easy. It means you stop making it harder by fighting against it. It means you work with life instead of against it. It means you flow instead of force. It means you trust instead of control. Start today. Right now. Choose one thing you are trying to control. Take a breath. And let it go. Make your best effort. Then trust the universe to handle the rest. This is not giving up. This is giving over. This is trusting. The universe has a plan. The universe is guiding you. The universe knows the way even when you do not. Your job is simple. Show up. Do your best. And trust. Trust the plan you cannot see. Trust the timing you do not understand. Trust the flow you cannot control. Let go. Flow. Trust. The universe has you. It always has. It always will. Stop fighting. Start flowing. Stop forcing. Start trusting. This is how you find peace. This is how you work with life instead of against it. This is how you let the universe carry you to exactly where you need to be. If these teachings have helped you, share them with someone who is struggling to let go. Someone who is exhausted from trying to control everything. Someone who needs to remember that they can trust. Because sometimes we all need that reminder. The universe is on your side. Always. Trust it.